Hi everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back as far as to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here or are a repeat visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Now, um, for the last two episodes, I was talking about, um, stories, or, well, I was talking about story ideas or whatever that might wind up being teasers. Well, at least certain parts of them. But I didn't really say a whole lot. But I want to talk about something that may show up in those stories. Especially the one where there's this whole um, pantheon being created slowly over time, of course. But before I do that, I think I'm going to change my look and outfit. So I'll be right back. And I'm back. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that you know this is one of my gaming models that I did, but it kind of fits for what I'm going to talk about. Because, um, first off, in most games, role playing games or stories, things like goblins and ogres and trolls and other creatures, like maybe orcs and, yes, a number of other things, wind up being the bad guys. I mean, this is supposed to be a gobliness, but in, I don't know where I heard it from, but goblin, according to some people, means ugly fairy. So I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, that basically means goblins are part of the Feybook. And yes, in some folk tales, or fairy tales, or whatever, there is something known as a red cap, who is a type of goblin that, well, has a red cap and iron shoes and loves to sit on a pile of bones. Sounds kind of evil to me, but anyway, I like the idea that the goblins are not necessarily bad. So in my stories, the goblins are actually good people, good guys. So I haven't quite figured out what their culture is like, but it's going to be vastly different. Now, ogres are also another kind of thing that is ultimately considered one of the bad guys as well in most literature and whatnot, and so on and so forth. Now, uh, I should mention that the creatures uh, that I'm considering to be good guys have, shall we say, a more tribal uh, community or communities, and but even with tribal communities, each kind of tribe, or in this case, creatures, have a different type of community. Some are more hunter-gatherers. Others are more fishers, and and even others are more farming, or what, or mining, or what have you. I could be wrong, but either way, the ogres in Trolls at one point in the story don't exist because they had a war between themselves, and the goblins have no idea what happened. Just that one day all three communities were peaceful, and then all of a sudden the ogres and trolls were at each other's throats, and they don't know what exactly happened. They just sort of disappeared. So, yeah, I'm not going to tell you any more than that. But uh, I haven't come across any tales about the ogres per se, though I do know that they are essentially referred to as being uh, bigger, uh, dumb, oafish, and strong. Then you have trolls in mythology or tales or what have you, in which they tend to be cast as villains, and uh, they turn to stone if sunlight touches them, and um, they try to kidnap children uh, and have their own child uh, be taken care of the parents, taken care of by the parents of the kidnapped child. Well, that's in some fairy tales. Now, I don't like that idea. I, I'm thinking these trolls, before whatever happened, may have had a different kind of community, maybe nomadic, uh, and yeah, what have you. And their clothing, or or what their clothing or type of clothing, uh, makes it appear that they're turning to stone, when in fact they are just blending into their normal surroundings. At least that's an idea. So, now that I mentioned all that, um, I'm gonna get out of this, shall we say, outfit or what have you, and go back to my vlogging outfit. I'll go back to my vlogging outfit. All right. So, well, here's the thing. The reason I did my vlog the way I did was because, um, I made the gaming models, so I feel like why not use them? So they'll be used sporadically along with my vlogging model. And yeah, uh, just be aware that when I do the story times, uh, or yeah, when I do story times, they're not like the normal story times where uh, vloggers tend to talk about real life events and or personal events. This kind of story time is more of a this is what I wrote and I want to share it. But that doesn't mean that I won't be uh changing outfits during my readings. So it really depends on shall we say the story being told. Anyway, I think I've talked your ears off long enough, so I'm going to leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Amena, signing out.